Hey Flosstube, we brought home a new friend. Her name is Lasers. And that's Jules. We weren't expecting them to get along, but at least there's no violence yet.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's a new noise out of her.
Nope, we'll keep you updated.
Wow. What a way to start.
We're gonna have such an outtakes video later.
Hi.
Hi Flosstube, as you can see, we have a new addition to the Violet family.
Very important new addition.
Her name is Lasers.
We adopted her from the Animal Protection Squad locally in Dyer, Indiana. We were fostering her for a little while, but then we just kind of committed to it. So Jules is not thrilled. She is joining us again today, so she will be distracting again today. She's good at that. But we got all kinds of goodies for you today.
Including probably a guest appearance by Lasers.
Hopefully. If she cooperates.
She's a little skittish. So.
But we have the usual sorts of starts and whips and no finishes, unfortunately. I was going to have a finish, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then we have some pattern books from the library. Then very interesting shenanigans going on with that. And also lots more haul, which wasn't going to be on this one, but this is technically take 2 because the first time was a little all over the place. So, yeah.
My heteronormative cat mermaids. Here they are. They're pretty close to being done, but I've been slacking. And here you can see the little cat needle minder that I've been using on them. Aren't they adorable?
I think that got left out in our needle minder spree. That came from the same place that when Sugar Skull one came from.
I'm not quite done with that. There's also going to be some bubbles and like seaweed grass.
You have a cute little yard to play in, so it's adorable.
Underwater yard.
Underwater yard.
That's adorable.
Very important.
God damn it, that's adorable.
I have to show this off before. This is our Orts jar. There's lots of blue in there from all her Pokemon and mermaid cat shenanigans. There's some Weeks and Gassed and whatnot various shenanigans in here from my Lizzie Kate and Coffee Quaker and whatnot.
There's also some fabric that came off of some Ada.
Yeah, some Ada and even wave shreds in here too.
The father-in-law calls it pickled floss.
Of course he does. Okay, so
Godzilla. Spoilers.
I grabbed Godzilla, and then I decided not to, but then when she said that, I guess I kind of had to. So not too much more progress on Godzilla. Still got this last house over here to finish. It needs, well, what's left of its roof because it's crumpled like the one on the other side. And of course all the text and the rest of the helicopter up here. It's got like legs and of course the whirly bit.
Look at her back. Oh my God, Becky. Look at that back.
Can't believe I'm getting back chained by my own wife. Let me tell you what I'm planning on doing with this. Okay, so there's a golden color that has 3 stitches according to the color chart. And I'm like, where the heck are there 3 stitches of gold in here? Each one of these houses has a little gold doorknob. And you bet your sweet ass I'm going to carry those threads across the back here.
I want a divorce.
Wow. Anyway. Would you give me the 2 snaps? 2 snaps. Okay. This is the NES Sal that I mentioned before. This fabric I got from Stony Creek at the same time as everything else from before. Thank you, Vanna. These rocks here, this is the same pattern repeated 3 times because, of course, it comes from sprites. I messed up each iteration of it in new and different and creative ways. Most of them are still there. I know my backs are terrible. And of course, we have the Coffee Quaker. I did this one just the other night, actually, with my C. It kind of bothers me that, like, because of the letter that was here was symmetrically right in the middle, but the C is like odd number of stitches, so it's either 2 on one side or 1 on the other, no matter what I do.
You could have done an A because you love me so much.
Wow. Will you take the credit for it?
You could have done a V. You could have moved the C over by 1 stitch. I think that would have looked better.
Oh well, too late now. Also, lots of people know this pattern. You look at this guy's fine, except the stem above it is 1 stitch too short, because over here there's supposed to be 1 stitch between the bases of these 2 leaves here. It's supposed to be leaf going this way, stitch, and then leaf going that way, or it might be the other way around. I can't see it that well. But yeah, since I screwed it up on this side, I just kind of had to make it work over here and pray everything was going to work in here, and it did, so it's fine.
So we don't have any finishes.
This was going to be a finish, but I broke the needle. This is the keyring kit from the British cross stitch magazine. That's not Cross Stitch Crazy, the other one. But this is like current. So, but yeah, I got that far, which is
in one night.
In one night, damn near done. Just got to finish the rest of that blue, and then that 1 stitch of brown in the middle, and then all the brown back stitching. But the needle broke because this is that wood thing again. Because I won't spend money on this wood, but I'll do these. Because needle breakage, and my fingers hurt still. I did this last night.
We have one more with the Sailor Moon pattern that we were talking about last time. Here's the start. For the past 3 hours, Christine has been agonizing over where exactly on this fabric to place the first stitch for the Sailor Moon logo pattern that I put together from a GIF from a video game. And now, at 1 a.m., she is finally ready to make her first stitch.
You're so mean.
Good luck, Christine.
Put this in my way. Okay, you're blocking my light. This is like extra rude. You're gonna make fun of me and then you're gonna block my light.
Yes. Ooh, the loop start. An interesting choice.
Is this golf now?
Yes.
Okay.
A worthy start. Well done.
Yay. The whole thing.
Good luck.
And this is, yeah, I kind of sat there agonizing about where things were going to go and making sure it fit. And then I realized I had a very neatly placed center crease in that fabric because we don't own an iron here. I'd have to, excuse me. We don't own an iron here. I'd have to go to my dad's to use the iron, and who's got time for that? So then I just used that as my middle on we found the middle on the pattern we made, and I used that.
Now, you had me edit that pattern like 5 times to add more grids, and then add a center, and then the center wasn't done right, so I had to do it again.
It was off by 1 stitch. But, so I'm doing the white outline, like one stitch wide of the white outline going each way and down, just to kind of get a feel for how big it's going to be, just to make sure it fits before I commit to all those colors. It's like a rainbow. You know how that rainbow fabric is like blue on top and then goes down, right, like backwards Roy G. Biv? Well, the colors on the Sailor Moon pattern go the other way. So nothing's going to get lost. Of course, it's got like a 3-stitch wide white border around the lettering.
That's what the rainbow fabric's getting used for. Unfortunately, it's not going to be used for a wedding sampler for us, but thank you to the person who suggested that, because that's a really good idea.
Yes. And also thank you to everybody that's showing love on our comments and likes and subscriptions and whatnot. That's really cool. Better than I had expected. When I first saw that view count, I was like, holy crud. I never got that much love in my doll videos, which are actually all nuked by now. So
I never get that much love on my cat videos, which are like 30 seconds long.
Yes.
And not well edited, so. Anyway.
Yes.
All stuff.
All stuff. We have lots of that.
Because I can't stop her from buying shit.
I did a 1, 2, 3 stitch order, a Haid order, and I paid Pam at Stitcher's Paradise again. So the Haid list is actually the shortest list. I'll start there. This is 25 count Magic Guide. This is a fat quarter, 18 by 30. Yeah, that's a fat quarter. This was going to be for the jewels lettering, but it's gridded over 2. I didn't realize that was a thing. So I'm not sure that's going to work because one letter, like that J, would be this big, literally. I sat there and counted the grid. So I got the whole set of the cat alphabet at once. So I sat there and counted the letters of the grids boxes on the chart. It's 10 across and 12 down. This is 10 across and 11 down. So, like, yeah, that's gigantic.
We need to do Lasers' name too.
We do. So
Lazers, Edway.
Yes. So I don't have to rechart the S as well as the O because Jules is Jools.
2 O's in a row would be boring.
Yes. Anyway, so, and the charts I got on the chart sale, and I got them hard copy in large print because I apparently lost my mind and got them hard copy. But anyway.
This one's adorable. It's a little kitty cat bat. It's perfect for Halloween. I'm going to name it Jules. Look at how cute it is.
And it's the mini version because we are not crazy people. Well, we are crazy people, but not that kind of crazy. And then I got these two, the dark and the regular unicorns. These are both the minis and the no background versions, so it's just the kitty cats. And we can get some cool hand-dyed fabric for these. Maybe one big piece for both, and they could be friends.
Oh, they're so cute.
Put that over there, too. And then from 1-2-3 Stitch came lots of odds and ends. I need to eat a little crow here because I think one of the things I said you wouldn't see from us is ink circles. Well, that's before I found out this existed. I also looked through the beer list and says some of the beers shown on the back here. It's got a few paragraphs about like how this came to be and whatnot. It says each one of the brands represented was included because a friend specifically asked. Some of the beers shown are famous, some are obscure. I generally avoided the mass-produced domestics, preferring imports and craft beers. Sure, fair enough. But why is Corona on here?
It's Mexico.
Yeah, but it's also like every frat boy's water, practically.
Well, at least PBR is not on there.
No, PBR is not on there. Actually, I would actually prefer if PBR were on there to Corona. I might put PBR on there just to make her mad. What else? I went and got me a Mill Hill kit. It's going to stay in here because, so I got the cute Technicolor snail. He's all rainbow.
Someone loves snails.
Snails are cute. As long as they're not actively, like, crawling on me or something. And we each, I got 2 tacky bobs, so that's one for each of us. Her seagull kit's in that bag too. We are planning a cute Starbucks Mill Hill kit date.
Christine, I think we have too many things. I think we need to actually work on projects.
Yeah, hence the cute Mill Hill date. You see how this works?
Okay. In this bag.
That's the Citrus Paradise stuff, but we're not there yet.
Okay. The Amazon home.
Yes, the Amazon stuff. Most of the Amazon stuff we got is like your typical like needle threaders and thread heaven and whatnot. And bobbins.
Look at all these bobbins. Whoa! Look at all these. We're cutting that out. Look at all these bobbins.
That's not even all of them because most of them have been put into use. Some of them have been put into use. And we also also the double-sided bobbin box. So this is everything I have wound so far from our Joann sale haul and that lot I got off eBay.
For the Joann sale haul, see mistakes were made.
Yes. There's also the individual flosses you see in here are the new that have been out for 2 years colors. They do not have DMC, have stickers on the DMC sticker sheet, and they're not on the spreadsheet I've been using to catalog everything. So, there's
what the cat's doing.
Oh no.
He was getting in that drawer. Anyway.
Like I said, distracted by the cat.
What else is new?
At any rate, so those are going to get all wound up and stuff later. When I feel like sitting there and like writing numbers down because my handwriting is terrible. But one thing we did get from Amazon that's interesting is this little thread cutter. You get a pack of 2 of these, and we'll link it there, and we'll also link to the 1,000 bobbins because that's how many we got all at once for like $10. It's like the best deal on bobbins you can find. And the two-sided box, and those are all going to be affiliate links to Amazon down the bottom. And if there's something else interesting that we got other than like your usual thread oven and needles and stuff, then we'll put that there too. But yeah, this is gonna be really good if you ever have to like stitch on a plane, because you know none of the there's a blade in here, but you only see little nicks of it here and there. I don't know if you can probably see the contrast a little better there.
Put it up closer. That works.
And you can just slide your thread in there. She uses it a lot.
I did use it a lot, but then this happened.
Oh yeah, she broke the. It's just a slipped link. It's not a big deal. So I saw somebody actually in the reviews for the needle threaders that we got say that she keeps one of these and one of the needle threaders that I bought on a chain around her neck when she flies, so she can't drop it. I would probably prefer one of those springy keychain wrist things that you might see like a CSM and a store use that has like the register keys and stuff on it. I think I might prefer something like that, but you know, it's a good idea at any rate. Okay, give me the envelope now. My lovely assistant.
Yeah.
This just came today. This is a package from Citrus Paradise, Pam. I'm getting judged pretty hard for this. This is Bent Creek, the Snowman, and it's the whole kit. It's got button and all the floss and whatnot. Then we've got Country Cottage Needleworks, Spring Violet.
It's us.
And the word violet is actually also in purple.
It's us.
It says, when the spring breezes blow, the violets all share their sweet-smelling scent with the birds in the air. And this is incomplete. If someone has the third one of these that they're willing to get rid of, let me know. Well, don't tell her. This is the Kit and Bixby seasonal wool set. So we have spring wool, and look, it's a little baby. It just got born. I love the way that the wool is done, like the checkerboard pattern. I gotta flip through these because like each of these is like a page of the chart. Then we have autumn wool. There's a cute little leaf. And a pumpkin.
And a pumpkin.
And summer wool with a couple birdie friends.
Yay.
A couple birdie friends. And she also included, I don't know, I didn't look through if this was all of the floss, but most of the floss, because we need more floss in this house if we need a hole in the head. But it's appreciated nonetheless. And I'm developing a Quaker problem, which you'll see on these next ones. This is from Homespun Elegance, a Quaker Year. We have Fresh Spring and Bright Summer, and the charms for both of them are in this little baggie here. There's also Merry Winter and Joyful Autumn, which actually she has found since then. So those are going to be setting aside for me for later. Elizabeth's Needlework Designs, Cat and Mouse Sampler. I mean, I picked this up before we had two cats. So, oh, actually, there is a Jewels and a Lasers on here. Because there's a black cat on top, and then there's, I guess that could be a Lasers or one of those two.
Oh.
That one's too gray to be Lasers. But no, that one with the mouse in its mouth is Lasers.
Because Lasers has totally killed mice.
Neither is Jewels.
Oh, they have those toy mice.
They do.
Remember that time you couldn't sleep because Lasers was under the bed with one?
Yes, that was cute. Annoying, but cute. And then the last one is the Work Basket, Quaker Peacock, and House. Oh, the Quaker Peacock's a little hard to see with the floss they use against that white fabric, but I plan on making this super obnoxious. I'm talking like Moe's Sale Mardi Gras kind of obnoxious. That'd be great.
You want to come be in the video, Jules? You were in the last video and you loved it.
Also, there's Bent Creek Snapperville Stockyard. And it's like critters all stacked up, a chicken, a sheep, and a cow. It's adorable. This is a Bell hook. It's a bit smaller than I expected, but I might find a use for it eventually. I think that's supposed to go to a specific pattern. It says Christmas Cardinal Sampler Bell Pull by the Victoria Sampler. So I should probably look for that. And then I've got I'm really tired. Piece of 18 count cream. It's a little shy of a fat quarter. It's a little skinny. Ada.
And the cat's behind the laptop now. Here, Joel.
This is a scrap of Weeks Dye Works Mocha. It's 20 count. It's just like that size. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We have a bit of table runner. What do they call this? Can't remember what it's called, but it's got like these embroidered bits, and then there's a square and cloth. I think that's what this is. It's like an antique white color, but much more yellow. And then a couple of pieces of 22 count Ada. One's like a fat quarter size, one's a little smaller. And that's just white. Other things that came from 123 Stitch is this Q-Snap. It's 11 by 17, and the grime guard for it. This grime guard feels a little small, especially since I've got all this extra fabric back here. It fits, but I probably wouldn't buy another one. And definitely not as much room in it as that purple one that you saw on the NES sale. And also, I hit one of their 16 count Ada scrappy lots. I think there's 6 pieces in here, but yeah, just 16 count antique white Ada. Also, I ordered to go with the 99 bottles is the Weeks Dye Works red gingham check. But that's on back order.
Good.
But it's already paid for.
No.
So I'm waiting on that. I picked that out to go on the use for the 99 bottles if the dark red and the browns don't kind of meld together.
Make sure to come back for Flosstube number 3, where we're living in a cardboard box, wearing newspapers and clothes, and she's still ordering stuff off eBay.
Wow. Lastly, we have the library books,
which were free
for now, assuming we turn them in on time.
Yeah. Didn't you actually buy these off the internet too?
We did get these, yes. But they were like $1 each plus media mail shipping.
Plus like $10 shipping.
So, here, I'll give you this one. You can go first.
Okay, this one is Fantasy Cross Stitch by Julie Hasler. It's got like mermaids and like stylized astronomy stuff and some astrology stuff. What we wanted to show you was page 18.
If you want to see a page 3 of these, we can totally do that. And by the way, if we show any charts in these books, I'm not going to worry about like grabbing a piece of paper to cover them. I'm just going to superimpose one of our pictures of one of our cats on top of the chart. So you get to enjoy a chart and a picture of our cats.
That's a great idea. So anyway, I think I'm not going to go into my views on astrology, but I'm married to a Cancer. So
go on.
I'm going to divorce a Cancer very soon. But here's a little Cancer crab. They have patterns for all the signs, and here's an Aquarius right next to the Cancer. Because they're in love, and we're in love.
The lady with the water bottle is in love with the crab?
Yes, just like I'm in love with this crab.
Wow. Alright, this is Scandinavian Cross Stitch by Jana Hochschild-Lindberg.
This one makes me so mad.
So I was here, this has got a little bit of a story with it. We got these home We were at the library for other reasons, and I wandered into the cross-stitch section, and this happened.
I couldn't find her, and then I found the cross-stitch section, and I was not surprised.
So I found this. I'm like, ooh, this looked interesting. I flipped through it. Ooh, there's some neat stuff in here, even though it's old. And so we get home, and I actually need to go to bed because, of course, I work overnight driving for Uber. And so
it's technically like 3 a.m. for her right now.
I'm up way past my bedtime. Anyway, so I'm flipping through, and I call into the front room. Hey, Amanda, guess what somebody did to this book? Her guess is, what, did they highlight? Because, people highlight charts. I'm like, no, worse. It's something you would never do to a book, which is why you haven't guessed it yet. Okay, so there's no charts on these pages. This page is page 20 with this twirly pillow. This page is page 23 with this Celtic knot chair cover. The charts for both of these have been ripped out. You can see in the center spine here where there's the remainder of those pages. But it gets worse. What's page number? 32. Thank you. So, there's going to be a lovely picture of our cat on this page. But this lovely lady is on page 43. This chart, aka picture of our cat, is on page 23. 32, because I can read numbers upside down. 32. So there are 10 pages, at least, like 11 pages missing out in this section here. Later on, there's a guy in a different folk costume, which chart that remains is only of his upper torso. So yeah, but one thing I do like in here that actually is still intact is a very nice repeating crown pattern with hearts and stuff, and on top of a very lovely picture of our cat. This I really like. This I might actually do in like FFO as directed, but this cushion is very nice. It's got reindeer dancing around on the outside. It only gives you one corner, and you're just expected to repeat it as necessary, which is reasonable in a pattern like this. But yeah, this is definitely one I don't think it is actually on its way to us yet, but it will be soon. Assuming the librarians actually believe that we didn't rip those out ourselves, and you just scared the cat when you dropped that book.
Thank you. She's scared of everything.
Here.
I probably can't hear her, but she's chattering out the window at birds right now. Cats! He wasn't gonna get this one. I saw it on the shelf and I picked it up and she was like, no, and I was like, yes.
Because I'd seen, I think it was Colorblind Stitcher. I think she had this book.
Look at these pretty kitties. Look at these pretty kitties. Look at that kitty. Look at that kitty.
Does it have a friend? What's that in front of it?
Hmm?
Oh no, it's licking its paw.
Look at its paw.
It looks weird in the lens.
There are so many good kitties in here. I love them all. They're my buddies. This kitty makes me mad on page 27 because this kitty is like a page header. No pattern for her anywhere in this book. Look how pretty it is. I'm suing.
In my quest for pattern books, I found several different animal books by either one of the two people on that book. It was last names are Mayhew and Wheeler. I can't remember the full names at the moment. I can't actually see it where it landed over there. But they also have a Strictly Cats book. They also have a couple animal books on Safari. So they have lots of different animal books between the two of them. This is Joan Elliott's Native American Cross Stitch. And there's two things in here that we're definitely interested in doing. One of them is a wedding sampler. It's called Apache Wedding. Oh, I'm good at this. There's also this is a stitch picture frame down here with this lovely couple in front of it.
Stitcher frame!
Of course.
Stitcher frame!
I'll read this out because I know you're never going to be able to read it, especially with our camera resolution. It says, now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be sheltered to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no more loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there's only one life before you. May your days be good and long upon the earth. And then it's got space for names and date.
Warmth, huh?
They're not talking about your feet under the blankets.
That's what it says.
I don't know. I think I see an asterisk here that does not apply to feet under blankets.
But you're so warm.
The frame around the sampler too is also nice and beaded and whatnot, and it says like what all the Mill Hill beads and stuff are. And I hope these numbers are still good because I don't know what the year on this book is. What's the year on this book? First published in 2005 in the UK. So yeah, they might still be okay. And also, the second thing in here is a baby sampler. Not that I know anyone having a baby, but it is cute as hell.
It's 39.
39? Thank you. See, it helps I actually look at my notes instead of making my lovely assistant tell me the page numbers. I mean, you're my lovely assistant, and I love you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two different formats. You can do it landscape or portrait. Landscape, portrait. The border's given a little different, but I'm sure you can adapt one to the other. Danielle, look at this fox. Isn't he cute? Sadly, he is not charted on his own. He's the only one of these woodland critters that is not charted on his own. Except for the deer, but you can see all of the deer, so you don't need that. They both say children are a gift from the heavens. The landscape one has room to put the name and the date and the birth date.
We could put our children's names.
We could.
Some children are very good.
And that's it for this one. Last one is Art Nouveau Cross Stitch by Barbara Hammett. I don't know if it's her, but one of the books I've found and bought online is Danish horoscope samplers. That is just interestingly specific, but I found it for $1, so it's okay. No, it's not okay?
No.
Let me see those page numbers.
Leave my phone. You ruined it. You broke my phone.
No, I didn't. I just made it go away. Bring it back, please.
Page 12.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, yes. This book, this is literally the first pattern in this book, and this book starts out going out hard. This is a black and gold work lady over here, inspired by the work of Alphonse Mucha. I don't know if it's Mucha, Muha, Muka, I don't know. It's right here. And it's also got her hand picked out for a little card. Above her it says, to the future. And it's also got charts in here for a few other things you can put on top of there. Such as to health and happiness, cheers, to the 21st century. 21st century owes me a lot of money. And Sante, S-A-N-T-E with an apostrophe. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I haven't fully read it, so probably tell me. And the next one is conveniently, it just falls open to that page. It's almost like we did this before. This lovely peacock. I guess it's made into a mat here.
I can't hear you.
We have this lovely peacock. I like the little oval bit. I don't know if it's made into a mat or what, but I think it's really neat.
I'll handle this.
My lovely assistant.
I don't know what you would do without me. It's Stitcher Frame.
Another Stitcher frame.
Stitcher Frame.
I think this is inspired by the work of Gustav Klimt. And you can see this. This is that lady in the gold dress that you've probably seen before. I think this was on cover one of my English books in high school. I don't know. So it's just a frame. It got a mirror in it, but you can put anything you want. Stitch work in a stitch frame. And the last one is a little nerdy. For you anime people out there, and if you remember Revolutionary Girl Utena, which had an Art Nouveau aesthetic, this rose down here reminds me of the Duelist rings. So this would be at least a good starting point, like the center part, maybe not the outer ovoid part. But yeah. Almost all of these are, plus a couple more, are heading our way.
That's the end of the notes. Look at lasers.
Okay. I'll try. If you hear hissing, it's because Joel saw the other cat. Where's the little one so hard to hold on to?
Scruffer!
I got it.
Lasers is still a little skittish. Not big on being held for extended periods of time unless she initiates it. But here she is. Here's Lasers. Jules is staring at her from over there.
Okay, I'll let you down.
She doesn't like it in here because Jules spends a lot of time in here, I guess.
We're working on cohabitating. Actually, last night while I was busy winding bobbins.
Insert video.
A small miracle happened. That was actually the second time that occurred. Before the second cat arrived, Jules used to sit on my armrest and deprive me of it and get in the way of my mouse. But
hasn't figured out how to use a touchpad yet.
I know how to use a touchpad. It just drives me crazy. I hate it. So I always use a wireless mouse on my laptop. Always. I am sitting on the right side of the sofa, so I can use my mouse on the armrest of the sofa. And I will always be sitting on the right hand side of the sofa. So I can use my mouse on the sofa for as long as we use laptops.
Why are you looking at me all like use a
One random thing that I found. This came with one of our orders of needle minders. This is actually a card decal. Like
the Uber ones you have.
Well, like the marathon runner, I think, is what the 26.5, and like you'll see GB or other shorthand for different countries. But yeah, it says Stitcher. And there's 2 layers of paper here. You peel off the top layer, put it on, peel off the back layer.
She's going under her stairs.
So yeah, that's the last of the minutia. So you guys have a good day. Thank you again for being cool. And we'll be back when we feel like it. We might do one of the smalls in between. Those are just going to be like random stuff that occurs vaguely or largely stitching related that have nothing to do with a update or haul or anything. That's just silliness. So not sure how many of those we'll do and how often they'll happen, just on a whim. So yeah.
Anyway, we have a cat to go placate. She's under the bed.
Bye.
Bye.